Ladies and gentlemen, after a brief absence from the channel, I have returned.
Oh shit, he's back.
Most of my facial hair has not. And Otis wrestled the NXT champion this week.
This is the darkest timeline.
What the fuck?
Wait, no. This is the midweek wrap-up.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
midweek
the
wrap-up.
one. That's the one. Yeah. Bring your beard back.
Someday.
Probably tomorrow. But yeah, we will talk
Joke's
about...
on you. We don't film an episode tomorrow.
Or do we?
We don't.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're going to open up with NXT, where William Regal was on his way to the ring to... Well, he got in the ring and was going to start talking about recent...
Looking good, by the way.
Yeah.
Healthy-looking William Regal.
Probably the most healthy William Regal we've seen in a long time.
Like, at least 2018.
Getting ready to kind of discuss any of the further updates in the Aleister Black case, but he was quickly interrupted by the Undisputed Era.
Which in its own right is not suspicious at all.
Yeah, not at all. Sans Bobby Fish, because he's still just carrying around the Dusty Trophy.
Had to protect it.
Adam Cole talking a bunch of trash, saying that... Oh, Adam Cole,
baby!
Talking a bunch of trash, saying that Ricochet is ducking him, and then both Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong talking about how, you keep having these unprovoked attacks. We have the War Raiders coming after us, and what are you going to do about it? And they were getting real testy with the general manager, to which William Regal made a couple of matches.
We literally sort of just said, don't forget, guys, I am your boss.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to threaten to beat the crap out of him, because that would have been great. But instead, we will have a North American Championship match in 2 weeks, where Adam Cole
baby
and Pete Dunne will challenge Ricochet in a triple threat match. And then a week after that, we will have Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong defend the NXT Tag Team titles against the War Raiders.
It's going to be two really good matches.
Absolutely. So then we had Johnny Gargano talking about how he's really focused. After his loss to Velveteen Dream, he's focused on becoming Johnny Wrestling again. He's tired of moping around and just being a little bitch about everything, so he's going to focus.
Little bitch baby Gargano.
He's going to be Johnny Wrestling again. He meets up with Candice. Him and Candice are about to head out and do whatever married people do. And then they ran into Lacey Evans, who Lacey Evans was talking some trash to Candice, and then she touched Johnny, and that pissed Candice off.
Right the fuck off.
Yeah. Lacey, you're married. You need to stop that.
So's Johnny. So.
Speaking of Velveteen Dream, he ain't talking to nobody, and he ain't no snitch.
It's true.
But apparently the writing's on the wall, and it's very obvious who attacked Aleister Black. Lars Sullivan defeated a guy with Walker on his ass. Don't really know what was the name that they said on commentary?
Don't remember.
Okay.
Do not remember. Way too long.
His tight said Walker.
They called him something different.
Yeah.
Victor or something.
Victor something. But, yeah.
But it wasn't Walker.
Lars defeated Walker, whatever, by disqualification because EC3 attacked him.
Walker, Texas Jobber.
Perfect. And now next week we will get EC3 versus Lars Sullivan. We'll also get the Forgotten Sons in action next week as well.
Squash match.
We then had William Regal return to his office, to which he was on the outside.
And somebody was knocking.
There was a knock at the door, and the door opened, and Nikki Cross came out. And said
it only would have been this scenario. Only would have been. I think the only thing that could have made it better is if, when there was a knocking on the inside of the door, if William Regal would have stopped and went, come out?
That would have been fantastic. But she says that she wants to play with Bianca again, and that she knows.
Where to find the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot.
Yeah. According to William Regal. The Mighty defeated the Street Profits once again. Thorne was able to pick up a win over Montez Ford, while Angelo Dawkins was being held by Nick Miller. I love that match.
It was a really good match.
That's a potential spoiler for where we get to talking about what we liked, but it was nice.
I'm going to be real. This... not to say that these three shows in particular have lackluster matches.
Exactly.
But this was a very strong showing for all three shows.
Absolutely. Kairi Sane defeated Vanessa Bourne, and then we got an official little promo in there where Kairi Sane will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler at WWE Evolution. Keith Lee is looking to beat the fuck out of Kona Reeves, and boy am I excited for that. And in the main event, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Dozer with 2 draping DDTs, one to the outside and one back into the ring, despite quite the effort from one Otis Dozovic. Then on 205 Live, we had Lio Rush defeat Noam Dar. We had a little sit-down with Drake Maverick, Cedric Alexander, and Buddy Murphy talking about the Cruiserweight title match that will happen in Australia next Saturday.
Was that a short jab at Drake Maverick?
What?
Saying they had a little sit-down?
Well, he did look really little next to Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy.
Who were sitting down.
Brian Kendrick destroyed Flop Gordon, to which then Drew Gulak destroyed Flop Gordon as well, and then he was tossed out of the ring. That fucking guy pissed somebody off. TJP doesn't respect luchador masks, and he'll fight in Kalisto next week. We'll also have Akira Tozawa versus Jack Gallagher next week. Not sure why.
Because apparently Akira injured Brian Kendrick. That's what they were saying. Maybe it was a very minor injury.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, they were saying...
I'm pretty sure that was Hideo.
This is Jack Gallagher is getting revenge on the man who put Brian Kendrick on the shelf.
When was Kendrick hurt? Let us know in the comments. And then in the main event, Hideo Itami and Mustafa Ali went to a double countout after Mustafa Ali hit a 450 on the apron. Ow.
Yeah.
Then we had Lucha Underground, where it was right off the bat announced
in a big letter
from Antonio Cueto via Matt Stryker,
a.k.a. man who looks and sounds like Satan.
Yes. That our main event would be a 4-way number 1 contenders match between Mil Muertes, King Cuerno, Pentagon Dark, and El Dragon Azteca Jr. And the winner of that match will go on to Ultima Lucha Cuatro to face Marty the Moth for the Lucha Underground Championship. We then had Matanza sacrifice Jack Evans. The Reptile Tribe defeated Joey, Ivelisse, and Exolicious to retain the Trios Championships. And messages were sent by the new Rabbit Tribe.
Yeah.
They came out prior to the match and just kind of said a few things, and then actually attacked Joey, Ivelisse, and Exo after the match was over. Jake Strong defeated Aerostar and Drago in a 2-on-1 nunchuck match. He broke Drago's ankle and then took a pair of nunchucks. And next week, Marty the Moth will be there to address whomever wins the number 1 contenders match, in which Pentagon Dark won that match because there was a whole lot of outside interference. Phoenix was trying to go after Melissa, and that screwed over Dragon Azteca. And then Mil Muertes was looking real good until the Mac came out and gave him a couple stunners, and then he ended up getting a Lucha Destroyer from Pentagon Dark.
Making a prediction right here. Bold prediction for Ultima Lucha Cuatro.
Okay.
Phoenix, or Dark Phoenix, if you will, versus Dragon Azteca Jr. in a Melissa Santos on a pole match.
Probably not, but it's Lucha Underground. Never know. One thing we know...
We did have a 2-on-1 nunchuck match. So.
We did. So not only do we...
anything's fair game.
That could be possible. We now know that Pentagon Dark will face Marty the Moth, but we also know there's going to be a death match because the Mac is going to beat the fuck out of Mil Muertes.
Rest in peace,
motherfucker. And that is how we finish the midweek wrap-up. Kevin Hawk, what did you like about the midweek wrap-up?
A lot of it, to be completely honest.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, there was very few weak points between all 3 shows. My like, though, is going to go to... Oh, God. Lio Rush versus Noam Dar.
That was... Man, that was the most... that Cruiserweight match looked more like a fight than a lot of matches do.
Yeah.
Like, they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and there was just, there were things where they were doing that were just kind of atypical from regular matches.
Right.
Just, weird evades, and then, sometimes where there would just be like one person would do something and like the response would just be like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, slap in the face. Like, so, yeah, it had like a legitimate beef feel.
Yeah.
And pencil fell. But I got it. So, you know, it had a cool feel to it. Noam Dar is one of my favorites, low-key, on 205 Live.
Oh, yeah.
And Leo Rush is really good. So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
They did a lot of good stuff.
Good. I already said it. My like was the Street Profits versus the Mighty. I mean, I've appreciated the story because we got Montez Ford talking about what the chains meant to him last week in the small little promo. And so when the Mighty came out first with the Solo Cup and with the chains and just like making them mean absolutely nothing, and then the Street Profits, who usually come out and are like tons of fun, they were in no fucks given mood, and they stormed the ring, immediately knocking out Shane Thorne.
Yeah.
And then proceeding to lay the biggest ass whooping I've seen on the Mighty in a while. Montez, who's usually so much fun, was just all business and throwing lariats like a motherfucker in this match. Yeah. It was great storytelling with, I mean, from a team who's usually all fun and games, to see them just really get down to business and just fight the Mighty, and then still to have the Mighty pull the heel tactics to get a win. It was great to watch, makes for great TV, and I'm excited to watch them do it again.
Yeah.
What did you love?
I'm going to have to go with Otis Dozovic versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Otis fucking brought it.
Yeah. It's always interesting, and, there's a lot of factors that have to play into a moment like this, where you take a guy who is almost primarily known for tag team.
Right.
Otis has essentially not done anything on TV aside from team with Tucker Knight. Yes. With the exception of a handicap match against the Mighty.
That's true, because Tucker got taken out.
Yeah. But to watch Otis in a singles match with the guy who, granted by his title, is the highest performing single star on the brand.
Yeah.
You could argue Gargano, Alistair, Velveteen, whatever, but Tommaso's got the belt. Means he's the best.
Yeah.
In that sense.
A win over Ciampa means more than a win over anyone in NXT currently.
Yeah. So, to have him do so well and get so close on more than one occasion, that surpassed where I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Otis was going to come out hot and, babyface fire right at the beginning and then really just get cut down, chopped up, and then Tommaso would beat him, and then maybe, cheap shot Tucker after the match and lead on to another singles match. Just to kind of show that, Ciampa is, because he's been a wishy-washy champion so far.
Right.
But then, if he can beat two guys in a row that are, significantly bigger than he is, it really is going to, instill that, it's going to take somebody badass to beat Tommaso Ciampa.
Absolutely.
But no, you had Otis completely stand out. And, part of it's got to be on him. Some of it's got to be on Ciampa. Because it's going to take a good singles wrestler to bring out a really good singles match in a tag team wrestler.
Absolutely.
On the other hand, you got to be a good wrestler in general to be able to adapt out of your comfort zone, out of your wheelhouse. So, it's kudos to both guys because they put on a great main event.
Yeah. And I'll add a little bit of love to that. My love is different, but one thing that I really appreciated about that is it felt so Attitude Era in the sense that, you'd see The Rock not necessarily defend the championship, but fight people like Viscera, just because, for whatever reason.
Booking.
And so you'd have Viscera go out there and just look like a badass and destroy The Rock, But The Rock is the champion, and unless there was some other interference from the ministry or something, The Rock would more than likely beat Viscera.
Yeah.
And so you'd have, okay, Rock can go against these larger guys, and so, putting him in a match against, like, the Big Show, he could potentially beat Big Show, because he beat Viscera, because Viscera's huge as well. And so, yeah, this not only gives, someone who's not necessarily a title contender a high-profile match, but it also adds a lot of legitimacy to the champion themselves. And I really appreciated the whole idea of this booking. That was just something petty, and Ciampa was like, "Fuck you, I want to fight you," and it was like, "All right, fine." It was good.
Your Love, which, if the people couldn't tell,
there's times when I'm like, man, that's really cool for story-wise, but I've never felt so vindicated than when Matanza sacrificed Jack Evans to the gods, because I can't stand Jack Evans. And I will say, it's because he's annoying as shit, and that's him doing his job. I'll give him that point. But I've never felt this like, man, he finally fucking got it. It's like watching, spoilers, it's like watching Joffrey die in Game of Thrones. It's like, that motherfucker deserved it. And so I got to watch Joffrey die on Lucha Underground.
And what's great though is like the back-to-back weeks that you're about to have.
Oh yeah.
Because next week Coda Reeves
is that match actually happening next week though?
I'm pretty sure.
Because they just kind of had the promo. If it does, I mean,
I can't imagine it's not gonna happen.
Whenever it happens, I've already said I'm so looking forward to watching Keith Lee beat the shit out of Kona Reeves.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like the next course in one of those fancy restaurant meals.
Oh yeah. But man, they started with the entree though.
Yeah.
With Jack Evans getting sacrificed. That just means Jack Evans ain't showing up no more.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I'm happy about in a sense, but he was a good addition to Lucha Underground. That's the most credit I'll give him. But
the thing that I'm curious about is, where will Worldwide Underground go from here? Minus one member, and also semi-minus another member who's kind of going crazy.
Oh yeah, I feel like Johnny at this point will now have to, by proxy, accept Ricky as part of Worldwide Underground, because now there's an empty space.
Yeah,
and so I think that's really going to give Ricky the chance to really destroy the Worldwide Underground with the help of Rosa.
Yeah.
So. Very interested to see where that goes.
Ditto.
Did you dislike anything?
Not a lot. I guess I'm gonna have to go out of the realm of, we do this from time to time, out of the realm of just like things that we don't like versus
you're just gonna nitpick.
Yeah, things that are like very, very personal preference-y.
Okay.
Which, I mean, this whole thing we can say is personal preference based,
because
it's what we like and love and don't like.
Exactly.
This is just very, very, this isn't as broad as saying like, oh, that match was really good, or oh, this segment is great.
So what would you have preferred?
I'm a little bit burnt out on Mustafa Ali.
Not
in a bad way. Like, I like watching him wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm done buying into the fact that he can absorb like infinite amounts of punishment and still win, or at least get the last move in kind of thing.
He's getting real John Cena-y.
Yeah. Not in a good way.
Yeah. I fully agree. Because I talked about it the week that he came back from the whole, Drake says he can't come back until Drake says it's okay. And it was like, it was 2 weeks, if that. Yeah. Like, it was way too fast. And so, I mean, he's still playing the damage to the head.
Yeah.
But it's not as believable as it was the time that he, like, Hideo drop kicked him in the corner 3 times and they had to stop the match.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. It's like, okay, they stopped the match, whatever. But did you watch, like, either one of his matches with Buddy Murphy?
Yeah.
Those matches seemed like that was way more than his match with Hideo Itami.
Yeah.
to be completely honest.
Well, it's good, but Buddy's a juggernaut.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like we have these matches, or his matches with Cedric, or matches with Tony Nese, where he's just getting tossed all over the place and squashed and squished and smacked and kicked, and he just keeps coming back and coming back and coming back, and it's like, okay, slow your roll down just a little bit, because now I need to actually see him lose to sympathize for him.
Yeah.
Because now, if he's doing this where he's just getting crushed and destroyed and mutilated and then comes back and wins the match anyways, or does this where he didn't win but he kind of got the last laugh.
Yeah, and
he hit that 450 and I'm like, okay, well now I'm not being able to sympathize for him anymore because we're seeing him do this time and time again.
Yeah, unfortunately most of his sympathy is coming from post-match things or backstage things, as opposed to like, it's like, oh, well, he really got beat down, or oh, he really, he was really, broken up after this match. Yeah, that's fine, but he's still so in the positive light that it's like, well, that's fine that he took all this damage, but he's going to win anyway. That's one of the things, like I said, that's one of the things that people got really tired of John Cena, is like, no matter what you did to John Cena, he's going to come back. So it's like, why do we have to care about this person if he's just going to take all this damage and come right back? Yeah. There's nothing to really care about. And and that's unfortunate because I really like Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
I legitimately really enjoy everything about Mustafa Ali, and this whole kind of track that he's on is really killing it for me. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because I didn't really dislike anything, but you brought that back up, and that I agree. I agree.
Awesome. I love being right.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There are a lot of social media links down there.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the one that says SoundCloud.
You can get this review and all of our regular reviews in podcast form, and there's Reasonable Wrestling.
It's reasonable with a W. Like wrestling.
Where we have the list with Kevin Hart. We have Question of the Week with Thomas Wolf. We have other videos that are loosely based around wrestling, but every single month we have unboxing videos from Pro Wrestling Crate, where we get cool shirts like this Ricochet shirt. And we got this Matt Riddle shirt. I don't think that was in a Pro Wrestling Crate, but it's still cool. And we got all these cool little micro brawlers.
These guys. Zack Sabre Jr. is our newest addition. What do you think?
We got Braun.
Better in the middle than CM Punk.
Yeah. We got Braun on unboxing, but it was a different box. If you want to check out what box that was,
check out Battle of the Boxes.
Exactly. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
And if you enjoyed the midweek wrap-up as much as we did, give me a fuck Modus.
Fuck Modus.
This is a sync test. Woo! Put that.
I don't
Put that in the outro.
Oh yeah, it will be. I don't know what the fuck is happening.